Just a moment.
Yes.
Recording, I'm doing it, and you will get this link of the recording maybe by tomorrow afternoon, whoever are attending totally this workshop. Okay. Next, other thing is, if in between, if you have any questions, hold it. Last half an hour, I'll meant totally for the questions. If you are typing in the chat box, it may get overlapped with whatever questions I am asking. I may not be able to answer your questions. Okay, hold your questions at the end, you can ask it. These two things are very much necessary, and two more points are there. Don't use drawings like now. Some people will try to draw, annotate it. Don't do that, and also don't unmute yourself, which will get disturbed for all others. Okay, guys. So let's take a look why you have to learn. So CAE is nothing but the wide range of using simulation. CAE is nothing but, so if you take ANSYS, ANSYS is a subset of CAE. In CAE, the simulation, that is computer aided engineering, is nothing but analysis and simulation you're going to do irrespective of any of the tool, any of the domain. So that is what it is. It is keep on increasing day by day because of the vast increase of applications in our domain. So if you take domain means it can vary from various domains. We will discuss in detail in the next. So you can see when the market growth is estimated only 16%, within 2 to 3 years, it is going to increase by 30%. This is little before statistics. Now it may cross even 40 to 50% also because of the applications what they could analyze in the complete system. Okay. Then as a CA engineer, so I'm trying to explain you the total domain, and then where you are standing and what you have to learn. Totally, you will get. So as a CAE engineer, you should do any kind of analysis. What I said, either it is of heat transfer, computational dynamics, or finite element, or explicit, implicit, all kinds of analysis you are going to do it. So the increase in the CAE engineer comparatively very much increased because of the applications, whatever they could analyze in the system. Okay. Earlier, if you take in the history, we started with aero division. CAE started with aero, then it expanded to aeronautic, automotive. Now, if you take, it is it is like it is applied in all the fields irrespective of any specific domain. Name a domain, definitely you can do analysis in CAE, starting from consumer goods, aeroplanes, rockets, then household goods, like even from starting pin to rocket, everything you can do by using analysis, that is nothing but through CAE. Now, why you need to have this? Why you need to have this? What you need to have this in this? So the focus and the growth is happening because of the function and technology. As you see, the best example you can see is like, so earlier we have the normal phones. Now we have smartphones. That is based on our need and based on our requirement to make life more comfortable. CA is a part of the system where you can manage all these tasks in virtual basis, which will try to reduce your cost and make it as cost effectiveness. That means you will get a product at good quality at lower prices. So, where it involves starting from design, testing, manufacturing, project management, everywhere it is integrated. And you can see about 90% of the Indian customers involved in 3D modeling. 3D modeling, if they are involving, means whenever it is of 3D modeling, definitely you have to know the strength of 3D modeling. That is possible only through analysis. Analysis, it is a part of CAE. Hope you get the wide range of applications or wide range of usage of CAE by this time, right? Then, so the general roles of CAE in a vague manner I'm mentioning, so that whenever you're going opting for the jobs or for any kind of interns, you can check these kind of job roles. Either it is an analyst, design analyst, FEA, it is more demanded in mechanical engineering and related fields. In mechanical engineering and related fields, what are all fields come under mechanical related fields? Can you type in the chat box? But as I mentioned, it got expanded to various fields other than mechanical fields as well. So biomedical these days, it is creating the boom. Not only that, it is available in various like uh, so many other things as well. In electrical, yes, not only in electrical, mechanical, all these are common. And other than this, say some fields, submarines, ship industry, and yes, wind turbines, heavy industry, yes, biomaterials, material sciences, robotics, defense, aerofoils. You are saying part of the industries. I am asking industries itself. Automotive, locomotive, automobile, packaging, yes. Name an industry where whatever name you are giving, definitely for all the things, you will be having this analysis you have to do. Okay. Then just what are the common myths that you have as a CAE engineer? The common myths, this is very much required to understand is if you see, you just need to learn the software. How many of you agree this is a myth? You just need to learn software. Is that a myth or not? Yes, type agreed or yes in the chat box. So, in which way software is helpful? In other sense, software helps us to calculate in a faster way and to reduce the manual errors. But learning just the tool, it doesn't work out at any cost. The next point is everything is fully automated. Just take it and do it. So that is the very much common myth that too definitely in Ansys Workbench. Ansys Workbench, in whatever way you produce, it will give some or other result. Okay. So that is the problem with Ansys Workbench. So what will happen? You will feel that whatever things you are doing, it is absolutely right. But sometimes, most of the times, it comes like it will give all the surprises. Like maybe it is exactly not the same. The way you are looking, you may not get the result. All this is happening because you are thinking that it is fully automated. The first and foremost thing what you need to observe is definitely of like understand the concept and replicate what it is there in the real scenario. So whenever you are doing analysis, you have to understand totally two things. One is functionality of the component and second one is load carrying system. Remember again, note this point. This is very much useful for you. Two things for every component depends on is functionality of the component, and the second point is load carrying path. Load carrying path. So that I will explain you when you are talking about the reality of the tool. So you can master anything in lesser time. If you want to master, you have to work hard. For everything, there is a defined time is there. Keep on practicing the models. Definitely, you can master sooner. It is not like giving and taking policy, just like that. Just produce some uh, write in ChatGPT, produce some code and get the output. It is not the case. Definitely, you have to think the functionality, working process, load carrying, then you can master directly in lesser time, definitely. The next one is it is limited to limited domains. This absolutely not. All these FEA you can see in all the fields you are going to use in some or other way. Okay. In all the fields you are going to use in some or other way. Fine. You must need to know completely. I'm not saying to learn completely the formulation. That means whatever there inside the tool, but you have to understand the formula. Formulation, you can leave it, which is very tough, but PhD students have to work on the formulation as well. Whereas, as a CAE analyst, you have to understand what formulas involved. If you know the what formulas involved, then you will get to know what are the parameters are involved in that. You can see some of the methods I have mentioned. In the classical approach, you have exact method and approximate method. In the numerical approach, these are various methods based on different kinds of analysis. You are going to do this model strength, that is based on boundary element method, finite element method, and finite difference method, finite volume method. So if you observe, finite difference method generally people will use for explicit kind of analysis. Finite element method is for structural analysis, whereas finite volume method, finite volume and boundary element method is used for CFD analysis. Not only the exact methods, in that there were so many things are there, but still on the rough basis, I have mentioned these are base kind of numerical methods in different kinds of simulation, in which kind of simulation, which analysis is used. Okay. Then the other point is most of the people think that there is no relation between whatever the aspects you learned and the software. That is the biggest myth among all the things. How many of you agree that there is a relation between the software and the degree? Just mention agreed or a in the chat box. There is no relation. Are you agreeing that there is no relation? That is what I asked, right? But it is absolutely false, because there is a relation. Totally whatever you have studied, totally based on that inputs only, the analysis it will uh, form in the system. For example, simple example I want to explain here and close it, this particular topic, what that is. So how many of you agree that I'll give two sticks. Okay. One stick is of 10 meters long. Okay. 10 meters long. 1 meter cross section. The second stick is 5 meters long, 2 meter cross section. First stick is 1 meter long, sorry, 10 meters long, 1 meter cross section. Second stick is 5 meters long, 2 meter cross section. Okay, both the cross sections are different and lengths are different. But if you observe, the material required remains same and the total area remains same. Which is having more strength? The first stick or second stick? 10 meters long or 5 meters long? Type in the chat box 5 or 10. Same. 5 meters long, second stick. Okay. So how you are saying that 5 meters long has more strength? Because as the length decreases and the thickness increases, automatically the strength increases, right? This is based on the concept called, yes, this is based on the concept called moment of inertia. Okay. The same way, whatever models you have, you are going to replicate that for the analysis based on your shape and size of the model. That means whatever moment of inertia, I think everyone is familiar with. So many times for so many shapes you might have learnt in your BTech, right? So this is one of the part. This is one small example or a flavor I have given to you, so that how your academics are related totally to the tool. Okay. Prerequisites are very much mandatory, where the prerequisites is nothing but your strength of materials and solid mechanics. In strength of materials, what you will have? Totally of shear force, bending moments, and moment of inertia, and also von Mises. In the same way, you need to know the frames and all those things to replicate exactly what you are having in the tool. Clear? These are the common myths generally you have. You also, how many could relate that these are the common myths? Earlier you feel this is not related, now it is happening. So is this helpful? The common myths are helpful to understand what it is, the tool is? Please type yes in the chat box. I think you get clarity like why these are called as myths and how to overcome it also, right? Then we will see. If you allow me for 2 minutes, I would like to introduce myself. You might be more curious about who was the trainer and all, right? So I would like to introduce myself in just 2 minutes. I won't take much time and bore you. Here, I did masters from IIT Madras, that is research MS I did from IIT Madras, and had 17 plus years of industry experience. Had a patent in ANSYS directly. So also I'm a certified Six Sigma green belt. So where we are going to improve our process to make the objects in lesser time. Have 15 plus awards in the field of CAE for making various kind of analysis in the company and also for the consultancies. I published and presented about 11 plus national and international conferences and papers too. I'm honored to say this. Last year, I was awarded as Women Entrepreneur of the Year for my visionary towards strengthening the young generation people to remain in core. Thank you, guys. This is about my small introduction. Thank you for listening. Let us come back to what we are discussing about the myths or the process, whatever we are doing it. Yes. Yes, it completely. See, I will say I have complete experience on CAE, implicit, explicit, CFT, all kinds of analysis. Okay. If you take just in CAE, we have linear, in linear, we have 25 kinds of analysis, and in non-linear, we have about 7 to 8 kind of analysis. All those things I have experienced in various domains. I did not want to bore you. That's why I did not mention in detail. I have worked in aero domain and helicopter, automotive, submarines, and consumer goods, and also some of the parts of like internal parts of Airbus and all those things as well. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. It's honor to. Then just a focus on what we do at Artham. Just now also I have completed my session in Scient. I'm giving corporate trainings there. Just I came at 6:30 and I have started giving presentation to you by 7. So I have did 15 plus corporate trainings guided 15 plus PhDs, only PhD projects I have guided 15 plus PhDs. Other than that, we did projects for BTechs and MTech about 100 plus projects. Okay, more than that. So trained around 2,500 plus students, made the conferences, and students are there from several countries. The most of what I will do, my personally will do, not my team, will work with working professionals and faculty development programs and for research work. I also now uh, I want to give my knowledge to the entire core people. That's why I want to expand for you BTechs, because most of them are requesting me to provide trainings for BTech people where they can give a good understanding of the concepts and the relation for the career progress. That's why I have started. I am getting hundreds of requests, so I thought to make the seminar and then work it out so that you people will get benefited. So then industrial product projects also we have done. Job guaranteed courses means don't expect that we will do directly interview and then we will provide to the company. No, we will give all the resources which you need to gain to get the job. Okay. So Ali is saying voice is not audible. How about others? Is it audible? Everyone, please type in the chat box. Yes, it is audible, Ali. Maybe you have to check from your side. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your overwhelming response. And it's great to be very interactive with you all, guys. Okay. So, job guaranteed means like we will make you, help you to go till the industry level standards, more than that, to get directly the job. Then our mission is to train 1 million engineers and remain in core. My main agenda, why I have started is, so most of the people, because of lack of knowledge, are I don't know what the purpose. People will think that in IT they will get more pay or it is more easy to get jobs. People are doing some random certificates and jumping into IT. After 3 or 4 years, if they are repenting, also it is becoming very difficult for them to get back and work on core subjects. So that's why my main agenda is to whatever education you have done to remain in core. I have started this academy, and I want to train 10 million people so that they will have the job satisfaction and they are going to work on what they have learned. So you all have learned and studied so much, worked so much hard to make in to pass your graduations and to get good marks in your graduations, BTechs, right? Yes, hold your teeth for some time. I'm going to say the salary details as well. So, as I mentioned, it may get overlapped with other messages. I may not be able to provide all the time your questions. Okay, what is reality? What is reality? This slide I like a lot because you can see that whole world is filled with CAE. That means if CAE is not there, most of the domains, it will be very difficult to for them to improve their products or improve their functionality. Even in medical field, there were a lot of things are going on, like sorry, like in medical field, some interesting thing I will say. So if one case study is like some person met with an accident. Okay, this jaw got displaced little bit and he has to make some stitches and replace the teeth. Okay, artificial teeth, definitely, right? So now what they want to know through analysis or simulation is, so whether whatever bolts or small nuts used to fit the teeth, Is it sufficient or not? Okay, that is the first point. That means strength is sufficient or not. The other point is, so while the simulation is going on, will it sustain or not? You may think for teeth, what is the simulation? For teeth, the simulation is nothing but, surprisingly and interestingly, the simulation is nothing but application of various loads. For teeth, what will be the load? Any guesses? For teeth, what will be the load? Any guess? Chewing, cantilever. Absolutely, it is not direct cantilever. You have to take here as a curved cantilever beam. Okay, so chewing means what you are going to chew. So if you are chewing chapati, that load will be different. If you are chewing rice, that load will be different. People used to do analysis or simulation for various kind of loads for the teeth. In that interesting and very innovative kind of things you can do by using simulation, right? Hope you all agreed with that, right? Now, what is the reality? As I mentioned, you need to know the physics of it. Physics in the sense, you can see here, imagination. So, like in our example, whatever I'm saying, chewing the food in various types and various forms, it is an imagination or a kind of assumption. Softwares, what are available, and about the subject, knowledge of it, you should know the minimum basics of it. If you are just doing structural analysis, you should know the strength of materials and solid mechanics. The next foremost important point in the reality is the process of CAE. What is the process? What is the process here? You can see in the picture, first you should have a design. That design, you're trying to make it in a proper assembly way. After making in a proper assembly way, you're meshing it, applying loads, getting the result, right? Any kind of simulation, this is the process. That means what is the first thing? You need to create a part or an assembly, then define properties for it, material selection, then go for what your analysis process. What is the analysis process? Is that a static analysis? Is that a dynamic analysis, model, thermal, whatever it is? And then interactions. Since you have more than one component, you have to go for interactions and then apply loads, get the model done. So finally, model should be in such a way that the stress distribution should be uniform. At one location, it should not have too much heavy stress. At another location, you should not have too very low stress. Okay. And the third important thing, what you need to understand is you must know the prerequisites. What are prerequisites here? Any guesses? Please type in the chat box. What are your prerequisites to go for CAE analysis? Force. Okay, you can make it as topics wise. So prerequisites are nothing but knowing. First thing is strength of materials, finite element method, numerical methods. Okay. Then to start with a model, you should know the model, shape, size, material properties, and loads, constraints. Okay. But before starting any kind of analysis, what you should have? Three things you can note down. Three things what you should have. Three things. What is that? Strength of materials, finite element formulation, and the third one is numerical methods. Again, I am repeating. You can note down this point. Strength of materials, finite element formulation, that is finite element method, and the other one is numerical methods. Strength of material will help you to find the shape. Reason also I'm giving. So note it down. Strength of materials help you to find out the shape. Finite element method helps you to resolve the model. Numerical methods will help you to solve the system. Help you to solve the system. Got it? Clear? Let's see. So, do you know when history of FEM started? FEM started in 1956. Okay. 1956 is the year FEM got started. Till 2000, it was using very roughly and in only specific conditions. Okay. Till 2000. From 2000 to last 20 years and 2 decades of time, the growth vastly increased. The growth vastly increased. That means for everything, initially it takes some time definitely. Once the break point you are getting, it will shoot up either your career, your knowledge, or your job opportunities as well. Okay. So it takes little time. So, but that time also you have to plan how much when you can master. So everybody is in a hurry to finish their models, or everybody is in a hurry to reach the next step in your ladder, right? How you are going to get? You have to take the first step. You have to take the first step, implement it. So over the time, definitely you will get good results. Okay. So what is the other one? So CAE means you have to have FEA, multi-body dynamics, durability, CFD optimization. There were various analysis involved in CAE. Again, in that there were so many subgroups are there. Maybe in the next slides, I will show you that. Okay. So CAE is used for simple problem to too much complex problems. Irrespective of its field, shape, size, it could able to solve. But based on all these factors, the time will vary. The time of making the analysis varies. Obviously, if you have only two components, you will take only 1 hour maximum of in the according to the size of the component. If you had 200 components, definitely it will take little high time only, correct? So this is the reality of it. Hope you understood this totally. Then the next question is, before going to more about the finite element. Now I spoke about CAE and various type of analysis and various industries. Next thing, what we are going to discuss about is what is FEA. In that, in CAE, the subset is FEA. In FEA, again, the subset will be so many kinds of analysis. All those things also you will be learning in our session. Okay, definitely this is knowledge gaining session only. You will get some or other new thing. So just I want to little focus on our success stories. So you can see that we have provided faculty development programs in the colleges and as well as corporate trainings. Uh, it was published in the newspaper, local newspaper, and also you can see uh, we what we thought is, so if you are going to any kind of trainings, they will give some handouts, handouts of Xerox copies, right? But here rather than giving handouts, we thought to create a book and give, so that after taking our complete faculty development program, if they are missing some important points also, they can refer the books. Handout, you may throw it, but as a book, definitely you can refer and you will be having the complete idea of what you have learned, and the summary of the things it will be there in that book. Okay. So in that way, and you can see some more corporate trainings, and you can see two persons giving feedback about the institute. The first person is from Finland. He was searching for a lot for CAE associate, it seems. Then he connected me after searching for 4 to 5 months. Then I have helped him to resolve his master thesis. And the other lady is working in Indian RP. She wants to do an analysis. If a flight in the war field, if a helicopter crashes down and touching the floor, so well, how much stress it will happen, whether the helicopter can sustain or not. That type of analysis we did. Very interesting and very innovative it is. So, which will help us to give an edge of through simulation directly whether they are going to use that helicopters and to from how much speed they can drop down that in the case of emergency situations. Okay, then so these are two good and great feedbacks. I'm pleasure to show you this. So we have an MOU with German company. So Rainer Kurek is the person of AMC CEO. So he built his own automotive car. Like that much talent he has, and he wrote about 3 to 4 books also. We had a collaboration to do so many projects. We did already 2 to 3 projects, and we are in line to align with more projects. So he is like a concept development guide, and then we from Artham Academy, we are doing consultancy work of CAD and CAE. And you can see the signed people gave this as a gratitude, like how we are giving the trainings. Till now, I think in signed alone, have trained about 3 to 400 people in Ansys and Ansys Workbench, and even some in CAD models also from our institute. So coming back to this, what is finite element? What is finite element? How many of you have? What is finite element? How many of you have idea about finite element? What it is? Yes, guys, type in the chat box what you know about finite element. If you are not knowing anything about finite element, just type no in the chat box so that to where from where I have to start, I will get to know. Okay. So, as I see, most of people, I mean, mixed kind of people are there about no and discretized model. I would like to make in a good way and easy way. Okay. So, if I ask you area of a square, everyone can say the area of a square. Am I right? Keep type yes in the chat box. If I ask to make area of it, yes, fine. If I ask in the same way, area of a trapezium directly without thinking how much span of seconds you thought for area of a square, same time, could you able to make the trapezoid area? Did you remember it? No, no. But if I want area of a trapezoid, what will I do? I will make the trapezoid into two triangles and a rectangle and get the area. Am I correct? Two triangles and a rectangle, I will get the area. Yes. What we are doing, known, whatever known kind of mm, shapes are there, familiar and known kind of shapes are there. The same logic we are implementing to understand the unknown kind of shapes. Okay. The best example you can correlate with your education is So to calculate the area of a rough body, to calculate the area of a rough body, how you used to do? You used to do in a graph paper. In a graph paper, it is not circle or some standard thing, but if it is in an amoeba shape, you're taking a graph paper and calculating the number of squares into that squares will give you the area. Correct? Okay, that is the first stage. The next stage, what you have done is by knowing the limits, you did integration, right? You did integration. The next stage is nothing but your finite element. So integration various types of shapes in a graph, this all square is of same size so that you can make it. If you are making integration also, you have all same size of squares. Yes, but in the real life, if you take this wall, each brick is different. Each shape of brick is different. If the shape of brick is different, size of brick is different, strength varies. Combining all these shapes and sizes through integrations, differentiation, and combining all the data will give you the complete structure. Okay. Now, in other way, in a simple form, if I want to make dividing any kind of structure into multiple finite regions, multiple finite specific regions means so specific shape of the regions, then I will get totally the perimeter of it, area of it, or whatever things we want. That finite things are nothing but your elements. Now hope most of you got it right. Finite things are nothing but your element. Here in the complete architectural shape, so each element is your building blocks. How these two bricks are connected? How these two bricks are connected? It is connected in the real scenario, it is connected with mortar, but in the simulation scenario, it is connected with common nodes. That is where nodes will come. So that means the elements are connected with nodes. Okay. Here I will say one very important point that you need to understand is the formulation will be there depend on shape and size of element. Again, I'm repeating the word. The formulation totally depends on your shape and size of the element, but the results you will get at common nodes. Again, I'm repeating. Formulation totally depends on shape and size of the element, but formulas and the result you will get at common nodes. Is that clear? Is that clear? Do you need to elaborate? Just type clear in the chat box. Yes. So now, how many kinds of element types are there? How many kinds of element types are there? Three kinds: 1D, 2D, and 3D. If you take 1D, you can see the pictures. If you take 1D element, you need to provide the properties as cross section. For 1D element, you have to provide the properties as cross section because we saw that the strength of the model totally depends on shape of it. Shape is nothing but the cross section. Okay, clear? The next point is 2D. 2D, whenever you are defining a model with 2D, you have to give thickness of it. Okay. For 3D, do you need to give any properties? Yes or no? For 3D, do you need to give any properties? Why? Because we are capturing the complete structure of it, right? Because it is a solid. So our rotations, degrees of freedom, and so many factors are there which will influences what you need to take. Either you have to go for 1D, 2D, 3D, why it is. So many factors will be there that it cannot be explained into us. So you to know each and every factor, it would be good if you take the complete course. Or you can also find in my open sources, I have provided so many blogs and this videos also regarding the prerequisites, whatever you have to learn. So the next thing, however, all the softwares are very easy to use. Okay, but they were two pitfalls are there, but it easy to use and easy to misuse as well. Easy to misuse as well. Remember that in which way it is easy to use, misuse, and what you have to learn in it. Okay, and what you have to learn in it, you need to understand. What are the two major pitfalls? What are the two major pitfalls? Any guesses? The two major pitfalls for using any software is Gigo. What is Gigo? Gigo is nothing but garbage in, garbage out. If you are not understanding the concept, functionality, what type of element you need to use, how you need to constrain, you will input the garbage and you are going to get the garbage out. For this simple example, I will say, whenever you are starting in your theoretical classes, always you will start with beam with simply supported beam, right? But this, see, simply supported beam is what? Beam with two vertical loads. Can you analyze this beam in the software or not? Please type yes or no in the chat box. Yes. Yes, everyone say yes. Some people are saying no, only one person, I think. Why you can't analyze this in software? So who said no? Riaz. Riaz said no. Okay, that is typing mistake. Okay. Now I am saying you can't analyze this in the chart, simulation like this straight away. Straight away, you can't analyze in the simulation. So are you all confused? Are you all confused? Type yes in the chat box if you are confused. Yeah. So reason I will say. Reason is, so the constraint equations, whatever you are providing for this model, it won't be accepted as it is for the tool. Y means you are constrained only in Y direction, nowhere you are constraining in X direction. If you are not constraining in X direction, it is just like you are holding a pen on your fingertips. You can move horizontally, only you can move vertically in it infinite distance without any effort. So that means you have to understand the concept, how the things has to be done, and make the changes accordingly to simulate inside the tool. Okay, that's why this model is, you could able to resolve it if you add one side x direction constraint as well, this side. So this is fully constrained model. This is one good example I can give you for Gigo. So if you could not make able to make exactly what it is, obviously your input is garbage and you're going to get the garbage out. So, but the biggest problem in tools is automatically, if you are not giving this x is equal to 0 also, it will try to make automatically some value, some point, it will constrain and try to resolve it. but the validation will become a very big headache. Okay. So that you have to understand, the validation will become very big headache. The next one is BBS. BBS is nothing but black box syndrome. What that means? Black box syndrome is nothing but without knowing, you are giving some constraints, you are giving some loads, you are giving some uh, material. Okay, you don't know how it is going to solve inside. Give some values. How can you validate it? How can you verify it? That is nothing but black box syndrome. Don't worry. Anyway, I'm going to tell you how to resolve these things also, but in a complete manner. So before going to that, as I mentioned, FEA is totally depends on numerical methods. These are various kind of structural methods you will be having in FEA. Structural analysis can happen through analytical methods and numerical methods. Numerical methods is nothing but FEA is part of numerical methods. Analytical is exact solution and series solution. What is analytical? Analytical is nothing but your equations. For a simply supported beam, if I am asking deflection, you can tell directly, right? If I am asking the deflection, directly you can tell it, right? Yes. So that is nothing but your analytical methods. Numerical methods are used for complex models. In that, we have we have a solution of differential equations. Either it is, as I mentioned, there are various types of numerical methods are there, right? Finite difference, numerical integration, displacement method, and force method. Among all these methods, what is FEA? For FEA, what method we are using? Any guesses? If you are thinking it is a finite difference, keep it as of FD, numerical integration, NI. Anyway, it is numerical methods. In that we have four methods are there, right? Finite difference, numerical integration, displacement method, and force method. What is FEA generally is? Is it displacement? Is it FD, NI, DM, FM? So now are you getting it? What it is? It is displacement method. Displacement method. Why you are going to displacement method also? There is a strategy for it. So to if you are using among all these method, displacement method will give more accurate results when compared to any other types. Got it? Now we have these many methods are there, right? These many numerical methods are there, right? Among this method, how many types of analysis you can do? How many types of analysis you can do? Before that, we will see where you stand in complete product cycle. So product cycle has these many stages. The first one is problem statement. Okay. The problem statement is nothing but your need and fixing the parameters. From the problem statement, you will get concept development. This problem statement and concept development you could able to do to little extent when you are working with OEMs. In service industries, you have to work only in FEA. You can see where it is located. Once you need to have the CAD model, and then you should have this FEA. Once the FEA is done, the basic strength you will get to know, or the basic life of the component you will get to know. Then after that also, for various purposes, you are going to do optimization design. Is that clear now where you stand? In that FEA, I mentioned CAD model to FEA, right? In that FEA, there were different teams involved, like CFD, thermal, structural, non-linear, linear, and so many other types are also there. Is that clear now where you are standing in the tree? Yes. So what happened to your energy, guys? Bring more energy. You are going to learn more and more new things. So if I have to elaborate this, you can see here in terms of you can correlate both as a research or for a product. This is the thing. The research is nothing but your R&D. Here also you will have brainstorming and CAE. Okay. Yes, that's true. CAE. The product development phase. In the product development phase, the planning will happen in Microsoft Office, the concept development, detailed design, CAE, every location you can see CAE is involved. In the product phase also, you can see CAM and CAE together in involved again in optimization you need, and again in destructive non-destructive testing you need. So in various locations you need CAE, right? Did you get now at what are all locations are in an industry, in one particular industry, how many different types of CAE analysis you are going to do? Is that clear, guys? Yes. So that means starting from problem statement till maintenance at each and every point of time, you need CAE. Clear? Next. So CAE you are saying no issue. In CAE also we saw there were so many numerical methods are there. Among that numerical methods, we have focused on FEA. In FEA, what are the common type of analysis you will get? What are the common type of analysis you will do? Linear static. Okay. Static. Okay, I will tell more. Okay, no issue. Yes, non-linear, dynamic. In that also, so many segments are there that I'm going to explain you. So before that, the type of analysis. Yes, frequency analysis is nothing but model analysis. Vibration comes under dynamic. Yes, damping analysis, static structural, you will do thermal, model, fatigue, yes, buckling, and you will be doing life of the component, and so many other things are there. So first, as I mentioned, the industries I'm going to provide you, like you can see for the structures you can do any conventional or a big structure, automotive industry, aero or rocket industry, and even consumer goods. Irrespective of any domain, now you can connect now you can connect. So, according to various types of FEA analysis, different fields are different in different industries. You can use FEA. Correct? That means if you learn FEA, that too in Ansys, which is providing and facilitating widely used industries, you will get more scope for job and as well as for research also, because ANSYS also provides multi-dynamics. So which is very much important and required when you are converting one model from fluid to solid, or solid to again in solid thermal to structural, or model to structural, something like that. Okay, clear, guys? Next, these are the type of analysis totally depends on your industry. Okay. So these we have, I have mentioned here various types of analysis. You can see here, uh, you can see starting from static analysis, transient, buckling, nonlinear, dynamic, fatigue, and what else you have? Implicit, product specific. Not only that, other than that, you also have topology, shape, and design explorer. All these examples ANSYS supports. That too, ANSYS Workbench supports all these different types of analysis. Okay. Residual stress analysis is normal analysis only where you are going to find the residual stresses. It is not separate. Here, by seeing a product, how can you decide the analysis, what you have to do? Do you have any idea about it? See, I have mentioned spring here. What are all kind of analysis you can do for spring? For spring, you need to do static analysis to know strength of it. You need to do dynamic analysis, that to damp, so that it should not vibrate when it is moving up and down. Okay. So yeah, nothing is nothing but static analysis. Also, you can do topology optimization to make the topology optimization. Also, you can do our design optimization. Design optimization suits more here, like it totally gives the how many number of convolutes are required based on the material and what is the distance between the convolutes. Totally depend on the top load and shape and size of the spring. So if you take spring, this is the one. If you take silencer, what are all kind of analysis you need to do in the bike? I said bike, you can do any kind of analysis. If you take bike, what kind of analysis you are going to do? Heat, that is thermal. You should not say it as heat. Thermal analysis, strength analysis, dynamic, we won't do much. Strength analysis, size and shape optimization is not suitable. Rather, we have to go for design explorer. Crash, definitely you won't do for this silencer. Okay. CFD, you can do. Explicit, you're not going to do. Okay. So for bike silencer, you will do thermal, strength, fatigue, and this, what is that? Crash you are not going to do. That means explicit you are going to do. Fatigue I have mentioned already. In that way, we have to make like design explorer, CFD also you can do. Okay. Not more than that. CFD you can do. Vibration uh, may not be required because we are doing dynamic by model analysis. That is enough. Buckling is not required. It is not standing straight. It is a horizontal, and that too L by D ratio won't be greater than 20. So that means when you take a product, according to that, you are going to give various kind of analysis. Okay. Now, how many of you? So all these things are like in detail, I'm going to explain in the complete course, like what is the formulation for each type of analysis, why you have to do, how you have to do, when, which kind of analysis you could able to do, all the things it will get covered in the complete course. Before going to that, I would like to speak a little bit about antidotes for your GIGO and BBS. So we have seen garbage in, garbage out, and black box syndrome. How you can avoid these two things? How you can avoid these two? How you can avoid? You should have good fundamentals and you should know the working knowledge on FEA, in-depth knowledge of analysis. Analysis, so if you just know the functionality also, you don't know totally. Functionality and load transfer is must to know. Okay. And what is the purpose? What it is expected from that particular model or the component. Then good engineering know-how commitment to CAE. Okay. Agreed, everyone? So how many are serious about learning this? Complete learn CAE or that too in Ansys Workbench. How many are serious about it? So I have mentioned totally like various aspect why you have to learn and which industries it supports. It great to see you so many people like to learn it. It is good to learn and also improve your career or job opportunities definitely. What are different basics types of analysis need to perform? So these are the basic type of analysis. Okay, one need to understand to start with is linear static analysis. We will completely go in detail what is linear, what is static, why it has to be linear, why it has to be static. If you see in the real world, there are no 1D and 2D components. Agreed? 1D and 2D components, there were no 1D and 2D. Still, we are making 1D and 2D components. As of now, I will just give you a small hint to reduce the complexity of the model. Okay, that is the best. In the same way, no system is linear, no system is static in the real world. Linear in the sense with respect to uh, load, the removal of load, the system should remain linear. Static means it should able to apply only one kind of load. Okay, if you are sitting in the chair also, that there it is not static. You won't be sitting for total hours, right? And it is not linear. Maybe different age groups, different size persons, they will sit and for different time zones, right? So that means you need to do fatigue analysis to sit on the chair. Like this, you have to understand. But before doing fatigue analysis, definitely one has to do linear static, okay, to understand what it is and how it is. So the other one is like symmetric models. We have like anti-symmetric, cyclic, repetitive symmetric. This you have so many kinds of models. Cyclic, I'm just giving the random examples of gear model and frames. Repetitive symmetry is nothing but your uh, bolt holes, and you can also see the disk models of complete engine components. In the same way, you need to understand 1D, 2D, and 3D models, comparing why you have to do 1D, when you have to do 1D, why, what is the purpose of simplifying the model to make as 1D. In the same way, 2D and 3D. Combination of 3D also you are going to learn. That means 3D to 3D means you have two types of elements in 3D. So you have to understand the difference between two types, when to use which type. And the combination of elements 1D to 2D, 2D to 3D, 1D to 3D, then model analysis and thermal analysis. Not only this one, why mesh is mandatory, necessary, the quality is mandatory, what kind of mesh is used, what should be the element size, what should be the element shape. All these things you need to understand. These all comes under basics only. Okay. These are mandatory to know to go for the job opportunities or to go to do any kind of your research problems. Okay. So I will try to give more examples in this. So we will just play small quiz. Okay. So here, what is, okay. So before that, I will summarize. So in this analysis type, you have linear static, model, thermal, buckling, transient, nonlinear, and fatigue. So these are different types of analysis you will have to do. These are some kind, all related to CAE only. That means for all these things, the basic formula remains constant. So if you take CFD or thermal analysis or explicit analysis, the formulation total, the numerical method formulation itself is different. Okay. In again, if you take linear static, we have these many kinds of analysis are there in simple linear static. So now are you getting like how many types, how many models you are going to do in if you take this course? Is it sounds interesting? Type I in the chat box if it sounds interesting. These many things you will get to know with actual concepts and with complete scenario of it, right? Then now to become a CAE engineer, your goal is what? To become a CAE engineer, what and all you need? What and all you need? You need the fundamentals. You need to know about CAE. You need to know about FEA, structure analysis. Structural analysis is whatever mentioned things are there. All this comes under structure analysis. Okay. For a structure, for any kind of structure, if you are doing analysis. Okay. Then you should have knowledge on CAD also. As a CAE, you should understand the design and modify the design wherever required if need. Okay. Then problem solving skills and analytical skills are must. How you will get these two things? You will definitely get these problem solving and analytical skills totally by knowing the concepts, functionality, material properties, and so many other aspects. Okay. If you have the knowledge, the next most important thing is communication. Communication is what? So some people will be there like they have more knowledge, but they could not able to express it. The way of expressing will show you the confident and how you have to handle the things. Then this eighth point is very much whole life. You have to maintain this is nothing but your continuous learning. Continuous learning should be there throughout to understand where you are, where you want to go, like either you're getting satisfaction in your job in terms of profits or in terms of consultancy, whatever you are going to do, all these aspects should be there. And with continuous learning, you will definitely climb higher and higher in the ladder year by year based on your work and this one, right? Clear, guys? Okay. So if you see, Artham Academy is providing all these skills. That means if you take the fundamentals, I know most of you might have forgot what to learn and where to start from the fundamentals. That's why we are giving various knowledge on shear force and bending moment, material properties, stress and strains, deflections and venants, moment of inertia, finite element theory and numerical methods, much more. So if I take material properties, you may be thinking what material properties directly you have to give, right? For example, I'm saying here, what kind of materials you will be using? Are you going to use engineering stress strain curve or true stress strain curve for Young's modulus? How many can say this answer? Engineering stress strain curve or true stress strain curve? So again, sorry to say, always we will use true stress strain curve only. We will never use engineering stress strain curve in our live projects. Okay. Always you need to use true stress strain curve. That means, like in actual scenario, since as we keep on increasing the load, definitely the cross section will get reduced, and that for that cross section the strength varies. Based on that, the true stress strain curve is there. So that is what it is. That detail we are going to explain all the fundamentals which are necessary to understand any kind of domain. So by end of the course, you will get to know all the aspects of, like, not only for this domain, you can go to any kind of domain and for any kind of job if you know the concepts of all these things, right? So not only that, you can see Workbench. We will provide all the fundamentals, CAD modeling, meshing, loads, and you could able to do 20 plus models, include live projects. Not only that, whoever fast doers are there, we are going to provide more and more models for them to understand and to get more experience in it. Not only doing the models, you also need to document it and know what you have. See, each model is a different one. Each problem is different. You have to address various problems in various ways. Maximum you are doing means you can address most of the issues whatever it is happening in the real life scenario, which will build your confidence and easy to, by the end of the course you could able to do any kind of model on your own with minimum or no help with your peers. So what I said, knowing technical is not enough. You should also know presentation. So, in this course, we are providing how to make a good presentation. What are the aspects should be there in that presentation? So, there were so many things like how many lines should be there in the presentation, what is the standard font size, whether could you able to use too many colors or less colors, and how you have to make, either if you are a researcher, so if you are going for the tool, the biggest mistake everyone, as I saw in my career, what I saw is people will always keep some pictures of the tool whatever they are doing. They will never write the observations. They don't know what from that picture what we have to extract. All those things also will be taught in this course, complete course. Okay. So resume writing, which is very much required. So in this, I'm going to say only one word. You can see that every recruiter gets less than 30 seconds to review a resume. So, how you have to focus in that 30 seconds, we are going to help you out. So, that is where you will have the review sessions directly as well. And also, you will get some formats, good format, so that you can build your resume in that particular format. Okay. So, then interview, how you have to go for the interview. Even that we are going to explain you, so that what your body language is, how much confident you should be, how you have to answer. When you know the question, how you have to answer. When you don't know the question, answer, how you have to reply. And if you know only partially, how you have to reply. Based on that only, you will get a call for direct course, right? So here, combining all these courses, how much do you think generally they will charge? Anyone will charge? How much do you think generally anyone is going to charge for this? Please type in the chat box. So in the market, they are going to charge for each of the course. If you just review the resume, they will ask 2 to 3,000. You can find in LinkedIn. Okay. In the market, for complete things, they are going to charge around 40 to 50,000 or more than that. But here, for 6 months complete course, not only this, still you have so many gifts are there. I'm going to show you that as well at very reasonable price. Other than this, every week you have the live sessions, total weekends, like how I'm teaching continuously, I'm going to teach for you the weekends about meshing concepts, what you have to remember about loads, CAD tool, how to connect various modules of all the things, and how to make the resumes. We are going to review your resumes, and how to resolve if you are having any issues while solving the models, how you need to resolve it, how to prepare for the interview, and you are going to get a certificate at end of the course as well. All these things we are going to teach, right? Here, not only this, you can see 6 weeks live things are there. Not only that, you may think that after 1.5 months, if I'm getting any doubt, what I have to do, where I have to go. Not only that, we are providing you the recordings of this and another recordings for the practice. Not only that, you will also have the quizzes to follow up so that you can check the level of your things where you are, and if you need to improve for that specific topics, we will guide you what you have to do. Okay, still not yet? All this you are getting just at 12,000, 11,999. Okay, all this you are getting at very reasonable price at 11,999 only. So you can click on this link. Yes, one time you have to pay. You can click on this link to get paid. Okay, if you are taking chance now, you will get at this reasonable price. Anyway, this offer will remain till today evening 12 o'clock. You can pay at any time, but it may get increased. We will provide all versions. Now, the questions I'm going to answer you. Okay, so don't no worry about your licenses. You need to have just laptops or desktop. We will provide the license. You need to practice and you need to show. Not only that, you will be sharing a query of query sheet like this. Whatever queries you have, you can either mention in this way in the query sheet, or in the WhatsApp community, privatized WhatsApp community we have. And also you have one more thing, like you can mail us or voice message also you can send. So whatever license you are going to get, it has 128K, 128K notes and elements limit is there. No worries in making any kind of assembly models as well. 128K is very high. I think now it the limit got also increased. You will get the limit. No worries about it. Not only that, if you have any queries, every Tuesday and Wednesday, we will be having query clearance session. So directly you can show or you can ask your queries over 6 months period of time for all the on any of the concepts in workbench or in general interview process or interview questions as well. Okay, I think most of your questions are answered. Coming to salary details. Okay, most of you are very eager to know salary, right? The salary for a senior engineer in the sense, in a range of 5 to 10 years experience engineer, varies from 14 to 19 lakhs. If it is for a lead who has 15 plus years of experience, 10 to 15 years of experience, you will get 30 to 45 lakhs. But the average basic salary is nearer to 4.2 lakhs. Okay, this is the market trend where I'm presenting various kinds of salaries in general. It totally depends on your credibility, how much you are going to make from it. Okay, so again, I'm sharing the link of this so that you can pay here directly. Okay. So email ID. Yes, I will provide email ID. As of now, you can message directly. If you have any queries, you can message directly to our business account number. This is our business account number. Okay. So you can type in you can directly message through WhatsApp or you can call in the office hours. People are there to answer for it. Okay. So I have given you the wide range. Now, before you are deciding it, we will we will make some basic quiz. Okay. So if you take this one, what is the type of analysis it is? What type of analysis it is? What type of analysis it is? Please type in the chat box. It's not shear, it's static. Static means it is linear static analysis. Okay, it is called as linear static analysis. What is this kind of analysis? What is this kind of analysis on the right hand side? Dynamic. No, it is not dynamic. It is not linear static. It is not fatigue. It is non-linear contact analysis. Mesh you will have for everything. Mesh is common. Mesh varies depends on type of analysis. Those are common. Okay, this comes under non-linear contact analysis. Non-linear contact analysis. Now, this one. This one is what? This one is which type of analysis? By seeing a model, you should understand. Yes, this is buckle analysis anyway. It is there in this. Now you have to tell me what is this kind of analysis. By end of the course, you will get all these things totally if you are registering for it. It's not thermal. It's not thermal. It's not heat. It's not thermal. No, centrifugal means what? There is no analysis called centrifugal. Centrifugal is just a concept, not transient. No bending. No, 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 no torque. No, 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 no. You are trying to rephrase only those words like one mice says, our strength, our stress. All these were there in stress and static structural analysis, right? So now you could able to say, sorry. No, it is not. It is not electromagnetic flux. It's not. Now also you guys are not getting this. This is model analysis. Directly, it is giving mode shapes. Okay, so you have to see by seeing a picture, one should able to understand which tool they have used to make any kind of simulation, what is type of analysis, what is the purpose of it, and what is the size of mesh they have used. All these things you should able to get by just seeing the pic. That is how you have to train yourself in CAE. This I'm not saying for the experienced people, I'm saying for the freshers only, so that you will have the capability. And if you want to be in top 1% of CAE engineers with very high salaries, definitely it will help you out. Now, before going further, I would like to ask some whatever questions you have, you can type now in the chat box. I would like to answer one by one. If you have any questions, do you guys have any questions in terms of technical wise or for joining this course? Anything you can type in the chat box. Large displacement means yes, large personal email ID. Okay, you type in WhatsApp. You Shantanu, you message in WhatsApp. People will guide you. Okay. Duration of course is 6 months, but rigorous training will be there for 1.5 month. Okay. Then after that, you keep on practicing for 6 months so that we are supporting you totally till you are going to get mastered. Okay, I just missed your because large displacement is nothing but geometric nonlinearity. Okay, it is one of kinds of linearity which you have to make in some of the models. Mandatory to know the best example for large displacement to quickly say is fishing rod. CFD for friction stir welding. CFD analysis is totally different. It doesn't come under FEA method. As I mentioned, it comes under finite volume method. Okay. And that too, you are saying about welding and all. This your question is very specific. You are asking in your research work or something. It seems you just connect me for that WhatsApp. Schedule and duration timings. Already I mentioned duration is 6 months. Schedule I have already shared you. I'm going to share you once again the schedule. This is the schedule. Okay. Every weekend you are going to have live classes, but every day also you will get some or other work to do. Okay. We will always follow up like in the WhatsApp messages or through mails to send the models or to send the content to learn to get prerequisites and also to work on it. Yes, it is applicable. Okay, yours is research work. Okay, I am little occupied these days. I will try to connect. I'm not having time from past 2 weeks. I will try to connect. Snehal, I think I have answered your question. 6 months total duration. Schedule as I'm showing. Other than that, weekly meetings you will be having for all 6 months. Yes, please type yes in the chat box. Any other questions, guys? Snehal? Which Ansys software is better for mechanical? Ansys Workbench is better for all mechanical modules. Okay, okay. That's what I'm saying. 6 months is the duration. 6 weeks rigorously you have. But after 6 weeks, we will make you to tune yourself so that without our help, you have to get master in CAE analysis. Correct? So after 6 weeks, we are going to connect every week so that to address the practical issues, whatever you are facing. Okay. You have more job opportunities or research opportunities. For research opportunities also, Ansys Workbench is best. Type of analysis you are going to, I'm going to teach. I have already mentioned here. I'm going to say, see, these are the type of analysis I'm going to teach in the 6 months. Static, model, thermal, buckle, transient, nonlinear basics, fatigue, I'll give an idea of it. And other than that, you have all these things 1D, 2D, 3D, hexahedron, symmetric, antisymmetric, bearing load, twist load, special loads, and all these loads. Okay. Kumar, I hope I have answered your question. Sure, Arvind. Definitely. See, from 1 month only, I will suggest you to apply for the job, ensuring that you are making good practice. Okay. Sir, so APDL, if you are a PhD guy, APDL is good. APDL is very tough software to learn when compared to Ansys Workbench. But always learning tough softwares, if you like, you can go for APDL. So CFD, as I said, CFD is totally different. CFD doesn't comes under FEA simulation. Okay. If you need CFD, Kumar, you can connect to the office number. Tomorrow is class for Ansys. Like in the sense, I did not get. First, you enroll for the course, then we will share you next process. Who said less companies are hiring? Name a company where Ansys is not there. Shantanu? Ansys became now the most popular software where all small, medium, and bigger companies are using it. I don't know, according to your information, maybe you got it wrong. Then, so I have given you the total, like what are all types of analysis you are going to learn. And at the end, as a CAE engineer, these are the aspects you have to know to get the job or to do the research. Okay. Each module I have provided you, so you can go through the recordings again. What other softwares may I know, Shantanu? I would like to answer your question. So, like assignments we are going to provide, and that sale is just for 11,999. You can see you will have the queries, and 6 months you have this one, and salary details also I have mentioned. Now we are just as a quiz we are working. Hypermesh is used only in automotive industry. Only in automotive industry, hypermesh they are going to use. Whereas in heavy industry, aero industry, biomedical, all these industries, they will use only Ansys Workbench, not hypermesh. According to the industries, it will vary. See, if you take aero industry, they will use Ansys APDL more. If you take like German companies, they will use Abacus. If you take crash analysis, which they are going to use Patron and SimScale. Okay. But the most common thing is used is many companies are using Ansys Workbench in complete simulation cycle. About 60 companies, 60% of the companies are using Ansys Workbench. I hope now you got the clarity. You are in a wrong perception, Shantanu. Now, see what kind of nonlinear it is. You know that this is nonlinear. What kind of nonlinear it is? Hurry up to enroll for this session, guys. If you are making delayed, definitely it will price will get increased, and we have only limited seats in this. Yes, in automotive industry also they will use, but for specific parts. So it depends on so many aspects. Okay, it is very tough to explain compiling all the things within 2 months, 2 hours, but still I'll try to address. Arnav, if you go for this engine parts of automotive industry, they will use ANSYS. If you take plastic parts, they will use for designing CATIA for analysis pattern. If you take NVH, they will go for hypermesh. Explicit analysis, meshing they will do in hypermesh, and analysis they will do in PAM crash or LS Dyna. So it totally depends not only purely on the industry, about the part type also. Okay. So there were so many things, aspects are there. Yes, you will get the recording session by tomorrow morning. Okay. So I am asking this question, what is the type of analysis? Everyone knows it is nonlinear because I have already mentioned it is of nonlinear. What kind of nonlinearity it is? What kind of nonlinearity it is? Any guesses? If you have more than one component, it falls under what kind of nonlinearity? It falls under non contact nonlinearity. Okay. So how about this one? This model? This is also nonlinear, but what kind of nonlinear it is? What kind of nonlinear it is? This comes under material nonlinearity. Okay. So you have to understand for a pattern or for a part, for a component, how many types of analysis you need to do, why you have to do, and how you have to do, whether which one is correct, how it is correct, you are going to get all the factors here. Okay. Now we are almost coming end of the session. So you have asked so many questions, right? So here is the answer for it. What are the outcomes of this course? So you will be able to master in Workbench, okay, and understand the interface. Not only understanding the interface, you should have the capability to solve any kind of domain models from simple to complex ones. You should know the skills. You should know. I will answer your question, Krishna. Just let me complete this one, then I will answer your question. Skills to prioritize your product performance, durability, strength, all those things you will be understanding. And where, which type of questions, which type of interpolation for any kind of analysis, what is the biggest required thing is validation. How you are going to validate? Validation is must required. If you are not validating, how you will get? Theory, you are going to validate definitely by formulation. Experiment, directly you are seeing it. How about numerical methods? Validation is must. Okay. So that you are going to know how to interpreting the results of it, whether your model, whatever you have done, it is correct or not, how you are going to validate. All these things also you will get here. Then practical knowledge of setting up the complete simulation, as I mentioned. In that way, we have planned our complete course. That means you can see here for the first 1.5 months, you will rigorously work daily for at least 1 to 2 hours on the tool to get the complete idea of it. After 1.5 months, you have to understand. Without our support, without our help, you could able to gain from the gain knowledge, you could able to do any kind of simulation. That is where, in other sense, we are also helping you. The questions are the problems what is going to raise down the line 6 months, that we are going to helping you on weekly basis. And whenever you want, you can type in the community the your issue. You will be redirect to a separate community there where all your questions will be answered. Practical knowledge you are going to get. Also you could able to collaborate the simulation projects and understand what it is totally. Not only that, knowing knowledge is one thing, explaining the known knowledge or your thoughts to the other person is another thing. That also you are going to get the training for effective communication, resume building, and how you are going to articulate your skills to represent or to provide the facilities. All these things we are going to provide in the complete sessions. Now, lastly, what is the possibility of thermal analysis of 3D printing layer by layer simulation in Ansys? Definitely you can do this, but this is not in Ansys direct workbench. You have a separate tool for in Ansys workbench only, like sequence kind of analysis. In that you can do this model simulation, Krishna. Hope I have answered your question. Are you there, Krishna? Yes. So, did you get total clarity of what the course is? You will, Hypermesh is not included in the course. The formulation for Hypermesh and FEA is totally different. So, in the complete course, you will be doing various types of analysis of at least 30 types, 20 to 30 types, and the models 50. CFD formulation is different. CFD, totally it is of different formulation, different methodology. There you are dealing with fluids, that too external fluid, internal fluid, walls, and all those things are different. Okay, that we are going to provide soon. But if you need only particular CFD course, you can contact us or you can also check in our website. I am dropping you again. This is for the payment. This is our website, and you can reach for any questions to our company number, this one. Okay. Everything I have provided. We are almost reaching end of the session. Thank you one and all. Thank you for your enrollments also. As of now, 6 people got enrolled in it, and you have very few limited seats. I'm not going to crowd people for these live sessions and all. Minimum limit will be there. So hurry up to enroll for this session. The offer is valid till only today night, 12 p.m. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Have a happy weekend. Keep learning. Keep knowing the new topics. If you want any help, you can reach out to us. You will get the recordings by tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. Hope you don't have any questions. If you have any questions, one last I can answer you. Okay. Yes. Thank you all.